contend for a Stanley Cup. And, if they don't contend for it, if they don't go far in the playoffs, he has to look at it and feel like, I gave it my best shot. I gave them the best team I could give them to try to make that happen. He's certainly not going to look at it and feel like he fell short. So last year, I'm not sure that he would assess himself as having made the best moves that, he would repeat if he could do it again. But I think at the time he felt like he really went for it with the Brassard trade. And, this year I feel like he'll really go for it again and try to do the best possible thing he can. And at this point, a little surprised he hasn't done it yet. But I think to me, that tells me that he is really taking his time and trying to make the most he can of the pieces he has and go for the best possible deals. So he's not rushing it, and he's really trying to do the best he can to improve the team.
Yeah, we just criticize him for, hey, what are you doing mortgaging the future? But at the same time, who really cares about the future when you have Crosby and Malkin they're maybe not in the prime, but they're still really good. And you have to take advantage of that. And, not every year that we've had Crosby and Malkin together healthy. So when that happens, and by the way, let's hang. Who's having, who we didn't even talk about, but might have consideration for the Norris. So when you have that opportunity, you have to strike. So yeah,
I would agree with you. And I think, it's frustrating too, because the same fans who are going to sit there and say, what is he doing mortgaging the future? Why is he trading all of this? Are the same fans that are going to say, oh my gosh, why didn't they do this? Why didn't they go for it? And the fan base here, quite frankly, has been a little bit spoiled, and who can blame them? They've seen a great bunch of players for a number of years now, and they expect to contend for a Stanley Cup every year. They do. And, Jim Rutherford expects it, and Mario Lemieux expects it. And I think he gets his marching orders from the top, and he gets full license to do what he has to do. And that's another thing about this team, is ownership absolutely gives him their blessing. Go for it, spend the money, spend right up to the cap. There are teams that don't spend up to the cap, and this ownership group is like, whatever you have to do it. We want to contend. So he's going to go for it to the best of his ability.
You have to think that this fan base is very spoiled, especially the younger people. Like I remember
seeing the bad years.
Exactly. I've seen Rico Fata and Chris Beach. Okay?
I was just thinking those names. I think we all think those names.
Unfortunately, they're like the post. They literally were the poster boys. I still remember that poster. I think they called it the X Generation or something like that.
X Generation. It had the pigeon logo on it.
Oh. I mentioned I wish they would bring the pigeon logo back, and people want to kill me. Like, that's when they were bad. Shut up.
The pigeon logo goes with the diagonal Pittsburgh, though. So it kind of comes together.
Oh my God, that is my favorite. I need to get a jersey of that. Just maybe not just because of the Snoop Dogg Gin and Juice video, but still, that's just such a cool jersey. And I know people say, well, you're ripping off the Rangers. Who cares?
No, it's
good.
It's the greatest jersey, and imitation's the sincerest form of flattery, right? So if you're ripping off an original 6 team with the diagonal, I have no problem with that.
Hey, back in the day, the Bruins said we were ripping them off when we switched to a black and gold.
You know what? Every team, I love how our city has the consistency among the teams with the colors. I feel like every city that doesn't do that is completely missing the mark.
If you're a Cleveland fan, you have to have brown for your football team and then red and blue for your baseball team. And I don't even know what color the Cavs are this week. So it's like, like we're all black and gold. We're very consistent. I literally
it unites the city. It really unites a city. Like it's the city is black and gold. It's not just, this sports team or that sports team. Pittsburgh is the black and gold city. I think it nails it.
Yes. Just today I was wearing a Steeler hoodie with a Penguin hat, and it all matched.
I love it. I love that. And even those jerseys you see, or T-shirts where they try to combine the Penguins, Pirates, and Steelers.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, you can't do that anywhere else. Yeah.
Okay, Angie, thank you so much. I'm glad you're feeling better. I know you were under the weather. You sound great.
Thank you. Yeah, voice still isn't quite where I'd like it to be, but we're getting close. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, Angie Carducci, InsideHockey.com. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks again. We'll be back later this week with episodes about the Super Bowl. Thanks again to Angie Carducci of InsideHockey.com. Talk to you later. That episode is in the bag.
Special or coffee?